then Christy, you know, would have ended up needing a place to go. And then there would have been a conflict over the bedroom and all that. But, and as you can kind of tell, this is out in the country, and it's really far out from town, and all I have is a mountain bike. I don't have a car, and it's, I've last few jobs that I've tried since my condition started affecting me a year and a half ago. My near faint feeling that goes into anxiety attacks. It's been hard for me to consistently work a job. Like I worked at McDonald's way longer than I even expected myself to. I think I might have. Well, I was only working 4-hour shifts 5 days a week, so 20 hours a week, and so it wasn't horrible, but I'd always get dizzy like hour and a half into my shift, and then I would be like fighting through the rest of it. That's funny. I don't know where that orange came from. But yeah, I just got to the point where I was just getting way too dizzy, and I didn't want to like pass out on the job, so did the right thing and left, and tried my best to focus on my health. It's at least a good sign that I've been standing here for 9 minutes now. In the past, especially if I wasn't on my clonazepam medication, I wouldn't even be able to stand this long. But yeah, I went to my cardiologist the other day, and he thinks that the same thing that my free clinic doctor thinks, which is that neither of them think that I have vasovagal syncope, which does make sense for one factor. That's a factor that, syncope, means you pass out. I don't pass out, I just always come close to it, and I don't know if it's because I resist it or fight it off, or because I'm like, I don't want to pass out. It's like, freaks me out, so it's almost like I don't let it happen. But, supposedly people that normally have vasovagal syncope, it doesn't matter whether you want to pass out or not. You're going to hit the floor at least for a couple seconds until your body goes parallel, so blood goes back to your brain. But because I've looked at I've had two pretty in-depth web pages open up, side by side, of one on vasovagal, one on general anxiety disorder, and all my symptoms matched up with vasovagal except for the actual passing out part, and not all my symptoms matched up with general anxiety. Toby, what? Sick dog. But anyways, yeah, a few months ago I wore a 30-day heart monitor, and I was like waiting for a while to hear back, the results on the monitor, because the nurse practitioner to the cardiologist was, so worried about my arrhythmias, and she wanted to see whether or not my symptoms were a heart condition, because if they are cardiac related, then you're risk of sudden death. You know, I could have been just walking around this whole time, going for 3-mile runs, trying to play basketball every now and then, and not realizing that I was, risking to die right there on the track or the basketball court or out in Walmart or something. But supposedly the monitor didn't even show my normal heart arrhythmias. When I only wore a monitor for like, one time I wore one for a day, and another time I wore one for 2 days, and they both showed arrhythmias. And when I've had echocardiograms, they showed arrhythmias. But when I was on this 30-day monitor, I was, on my beta blocker, and I was on lorazepam instead of clonazepam the whole time. So it's possible that those combination of those two drugs were masking any heart abnormalities. I don't know. They say that it shouldn't matter, that they would have picked up on something anyways. But I'm getting tapered off my beta blocker since my doctor doesn't see anything, or the cardiologist doesn't see anything wrong with my heart at the moment. So, and since I've cut I was already on half of a 25 milligram tablet. Now I'm cutting that half into another half, which is sometimes hard to do. There's a couple of oranges out here. Oh, those aren't oranges. Those are they're little pumpkins, little gourds. Whoopsie. Yep, just out here for the rest of the day. Gonna hang out. As you can tell, there's frost on the ground, and there's about 1/3 of the surface of the creek over there has ice formed on it. So somebody got hurt. So we're gonna be getting hit by snow here soon. It's like December 12th, I believe. These dogs just go forever. Give me some of your energy. I hate holding this phone. Like my last camera, I didn't have to extend my arm all the way. With this camera, to get myself in the picture, I have to literally hold my arm all the way straight out. Yep. Just gonna see how I feel with my beta blocker being tapered off. If I do have anxiety, then I won't hurt to get into a psychiatrist or psychologist and try and figure out what my underlying causes to my symptoms. They sure seem physical though, because I don't have mental anxiety where I really worry about anything. I don't have a fear of going out in public, or I purposely go to play basketball because I want to play, and then I'm already dizzy when we're shooting around, and already dizzy during the first game, and then I just kind of ignore my symptoms and keep playing. I'm doing the opposite of what anxiety does. I don't care about the faint feeling or the dizziness or the my breathing will start to slow down, and the next thing you know, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and I gotta go like lay down on the ground somewhere for a little bit. But for now, just gonna keep trying to get healthier, try to get back to work, and I'm trying to, for this year and a half that I've been affected by this, I'm trying to at least collect SSI benefits for that time if I do get healthier again. If I don't get healthy, then hopefully I'll be at least get the SSI back payments and continue to receive it if worst comes to worst. Say bye-bye, doggies. Bye-bye, puppies.